So what do you do when it's snowing in April, but you are so ready for springtime? I'm going to show you today what I did when I woke up and saw snow on the ground. I decided to devote myself to my kitchen, and today I'm going to take you along with me as I make some delicious recipes, some comfort food that our family loves. I so enjoy taking you guys along with me and sharing these simple meal ideas with you, so I hope you'll stick around.
When you're busy growing up, know that I'm right here. But everything is messed up and it feels like no one cares. Turn this way.
Well, good morning, friends. We woke up to snow today in April, which is not fun when you are so ready for spring. And so today I decided to try to cheer my boys up and make a big breakfast. Not something I normally do during the week. Honestly, I usually make pancakes on like Fridays or Saturdays, but I just thought this might cheer everyone up. Since coming back from North Carolina, Michigan weather has been sometimes depressing, but since filming this video, we've had some beautiful days, so that's to be expected. But I thought that maybe some lemon blueberry pancakes, I should say, would be just the thing that would get us kind of excited for those springtime flavors, I guess.
Messed up and it feels like no one cares. Turn this way. It doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing. Ooh, you're what matters most to me. No one else comes close. When you're busy growing up, know that I'm right here. But everything is messed up and it feels like no one cares. When you're busy growing up, know that I'm right here. But everything is messed up and it feels like no.
So I just made my normal pancake recipe. This is my mom's recipe. I made it gluten-free so that I could have it. And then I just juiced a whole lemon and threw the lemon juice into the batter. It was the perfect amount. And then I went ahead and threw in some frozen berries that I had. I coated them in a little bit of flour and mixed them right into the batter. And we got this griddle recently, grabbed it at Walmart. I usually cook on cast iron, but pancakes, you kind of have to cook low and slow. So having a griddle is really nice for a large family. There are 6 of us, and it's nice to be able to cook so many pancakes at once. So I will link this one for you. We've loved it. We use it all the time. I think I've used it on my channel here before with tortillas and things like that, but it's real nice to have these pancakes. Oh my goodness, you guys, they turned out so delicious. We absolutely love them. The lemon flavor was nice, but not too much. I also went ahead and cooked up some sausage links to go with the pancakes, and then I always warm up my maple syrup because we keep it in the fridge. So I just stick it on the stovetop here so that it's nice and hot when we're ready to serve our pancakes. No one likes cold maple syrup. I served these with some fresh berries, some butter, some warm syrup, and then a little sprinkling of powdered sugar as well. And oh, it was such a yummy breakfast, and it really did help to lift our spirits this morning. All right, friends, I want to take a quick moment to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Wild Grain. I love Wild Grain. I've shared them with you guys so many times, and let me tell you why. Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh pastas. Wild Grain partners with small bakers and pasta makers across the country to keep the tradition of artisanal and nutritious food alive. And Wild Grain has options to suit everyone's individual needs. Plus, you can customize your box with your favorite products. All right, so you guys know that I make my own sourdough bread for my husband, for my boys. I love the benefits of sourdough bread, but I actually cannot have it. I am gluten-free, but Wild Grain actually offers a gluten-free subscription box, which is so good, you guys. Their chocolate chip cookies are some of the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had, and they are huge. I've shared them with you before. They actually sent me snickerdoodle cookies, gluten-free this time. I'm so excited to try those. I love snickerdoodles. Probably some of my favorite gluten-free items are the brioche buns are incredible. They are so delicious. They're not dry like a lot of gluten-free buns are, but then also the country loaf is my all-time favorite. My husband always says he can't even tell that it's gluten-free. It's so good, but they have so many amazing gluten-free items. So I just think this is such a wonderful idea. If you're gluten-free or you know of someone who is gluten-free, you can subscribe and then keep these items in your freezer so that you have something to pull out when your gluten-free friend or family member comes over, because everything is baked from frozen. They also have amazing gluten-free pasta, by the way. We just cooked up some of their tortellini the other night and I was sharing it on Instagram. Oh, it's so good. Again, you cannot even tell that it's gluten-free. So I'm sure all of you guys know all about sourdough and the benefits that sourdough has for our health, but with Wild Grain, you can still have those benefits without all of the hard work. So unlike store-bought breads, Wild Grain uses a slow fermentation process that's easier on your belly. It's rich in nutrients and antioxidants, and it can even lower your blood sugar spikes. Wild Grain is also convenient. You can bake every item in 25 minutes or less, and you can also build your own box. So Wild Grain is completely customizable. So you can kind of pick and choose and customize your box, and Wild Grain is always adding new seasonal items, so you can try new things whenever you want to. Wild Grain also supports the best small bakeries in the country, and for every new membership, 4 meals are donated to the Greater Boston Food Bank. We are actually going to enjoy the country loaf with our dinner tonight. I'm so excited to have some delicious, warm, gluten-free bread that I can enjoy with this yummy French butter that they sent as well. So if Wild Grain sounds like something you would be interested in, head down to the description box below so you can learn more about Wild Grain. You can also head to wildgrain.com/pine. That's wildgrain.com/pine and use the code PINE to get $30 off your very first subscription box, plus free croissants for life. How amazing is that? That's $30 off plus free croissants for life by using the code PINE when you head to wildgrain.com/pine. We have so enjoyed our Wild Grain subscription box, and I know you guys will too. So check out all the details in the description box below.
And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were too for.
So at this point in the day, the boys have finished up homeschool. They're kind of doing some free time right now. At least their main subjects, I should say, they have finished up. So that would be like their language arts, their math. And I've really just decided to devote myself to the kitchen. There are some days that I just love being in the kitchen, baking, cooking. preparing meals, whatever it is, and this was one of those days. It probably has to do with the weather, and I apologize for the lighting. When it's dark outside, I struggle trying to get the right lighting on the camera, but I'm just making a loaf. My sourdough starter was looking good and ready, and so I'm preparing that. I'll bake that up tomorrow, of course, but I think that one of the things I love so much about homemaking is kind of, that go with the flow sort of mentality. Obviously, I have a schedule. I have a whole course devoted to homemaking because I think it's important to have a routine. That's how you're able to accomplish things and get things done. And at the same time, I love the fact that I can wake up, see the snow outside, and think, today's going to be a baking day, or today we're going to do crafts, or it's gorgeous outside. Let's forget whatever I had planned today and let's just go outside. Let's go for a walk. Let's have a picnic out in the backyard. So there really is so much beauty in homemaking, and I don't know, I guess sometimes society, our culture makes it seem as though I might be trapped, but that's the opposite of what I think. I feel like I have so much freedom and I love it. And the whole reason I have this YouTube channel and this blog is because of homemaking. It's given me the creative freedom to explore this crazy opportunity of sharing my life with you online. I don't know. I just love it. I absolutely love being a homemaker. It's my number one calling in life, and it's where I am the most content. I love spending time with my kids. I love these little teachable moments I get to have with them, and like teaching them how to light a candle and how to use matches and how to properly dispose of matches. I don't know, just those moments all throughout the day that are so special with my kids. And randomly dancing in the kitchen when we hear a song that we like. It's just a beautiful thing. Now, at this point in the day, I'm trying to remember, I think we're just cleaning up maybe after lunch, or no, we're preparing lunch. That's what we're doing. We are preparing lunch. So my boys love to help in the kitchen, and I'll be honest, for years, I really tried to do everything on my own because sometimes it's a lot of work to stand there and watch them do it so slowly, knowing you could do it so much faster and so much more efficient. But I've just found that there is so much beauty in teaching them how to do these basic skills. They are going to use these for the rest of their lives. And so teaching Gabriel how to properly use a knife, how to bring those fingers back, put the knuckles forward, to teach Caleb how to peel carrots. These are all, in my mind, this is all a part of homeschooling. It's just, there's so much more to school than just your core subjects. There's just life, everything in life. You have to learn, and I love the opportunity that I have to be able to teach them skills in the kitchen, even at a young age. And so today for lunch, we're doing something that we do a lot, and that's just a little snack board, charcuterie board, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes if I have a sourdough loaf, I'll cut that up and put that out as well. Today we're just doing salami, some cheese, apples, carrots, cucumber. The boys love it. It's one of their favorite things to have for lunch. And they all just kind of snack on it. And I just make sure, I tell them, hey, get some protein. Don't just eat apples. Everyone has to grab a piece of meat, a piece of cheese. But it's so simple, and it's something we do all the time. So I love that they can help prepare it and we can all be a part of it. Now, another thing that I really like to do, I talk about it a lot here on my channel, is just thinking ahead, preparing ahead of time. So the boys, I think, all went downstairs to play with Legos, and I decided to get a head start on dinner prep. That way, when Isaiah goes down for his nap, I don't have to worry about being in the kitchen. I can maybe sit down, take a breather, drink a cup of coffee, do some work that I need to get done, respond to text messages. I tend to be MIA all morning long with my phone. So I think it's a good thing for mama to have a little break in the day too. So I try to get a lot of my work done in the morning when the boys are around. So I'm just peeling some potatoes, getting those ready. I'm going to mash those later. And I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some meatloaf. So I'm going to do ground beef, a pound of ground beef and a pound of ground venison. and mix those two together for a meatloaf. And before I work on that, I am just going to spend some time doing a history lesson with the boys. Now, one thing I also like to do before I lay Isaiah down is just tidy up the home. Again, I don't want to be cleaning things up when he's down. I want to be able to sit down. So I just have the boys help with this. There are toys and this ottoman in our living room that often get played with. So I have them kind of walk around the home. We all tidy up. I'm going to give my bread one more stretch and fold before we sit down, and then we are going to work through a little history lesson. I have a book that I've been reading and really enjoying lately, and I'll put it in the description if you guys are interested, but it's been great. The boys love listening. All right, so if you're curious what I put in my meatloaf, the recipe's actually on my blog. I don't do a ton of recipes on my blog, but back in the day when I first started, I did more recipes, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like I should add more, but they take a lot of time, and you have to photograph these things that you create, and I've got 4 hungry boys that want to eat as soon as I finish making something, so I've never done a lot of recipes on my blog, but this one is on my blog, so if you're interested, you can head over there. I use oats in my meatloaf, and that works great as a gluten-free option instead of breadcrumbs. You can see here that the sun began to poke out after that snowy morning. It didn't stick too badly, but it got sunny in the afternoon, which was such a nice surprise. There is something about sunshine that just, oh my goodness, it is a balm to my soul. So I'm just getting this meatloaf all formed. I'm gonna do some dishes here and get the kitchen cleaned up. And then I wanna make a yummy treat that I haven't made in years with you guys. It's such a great recipe. Just giving my bread another stretch and fold here. And one thing I forgot to mention, I have been getting my hands wet every time I stretch my bread. So I have a little bowl. This is the water from my Berkey. I don't want to use sink water because it's pretty heavily chlorinated. But this is a tip that my friend shared with me. She does a very wet dough. Very hydrated, I guess is the correct terminology. And so she says she gets her hands wet every time she does her stretch and folds. And I feel like that has really allowed for a nice, delicious, moist loaf. So anyways, okay guys, I haven't made these in a while, but today I'm going to make some gluten-free oatmeal cream pies. Oh my goodness. This was a favorite childhood snack, but this, of course, is homemade, not the version that you buy at the store, filled with probably a bunch of artificial ingredients. This is the recipe from the Magnolia cookbook, and I made these more regularly a while back, but I haven't made them recently, and for whatever reason, I was just craving them. I don't know if I saw, oatmeal cream pies at the store or what, but I thought it would be fun to make them with you guys. So I will put the link to that recipe in the description box below. Again, you can probably just head to their website and find it, but these turned out so delicious. Now, to go with our meatloaf, I'm just going to roast up some asparagus. I make this a lot with you guys. Olive oil, salt, pepper, 425, maybe 10, 12 minutes. They get crispy, delicious. You can throw some Parmesan cheese on there too even, but I'm just getting those ready. Isaiah's up from his nap at this point, so I'm going to throw the meatloaf in. I've also made my cookie dough, but you're supposed to refrigerate the balls of dough for like 20 minutes before you bake them. So I'm just going to stick them in the fridge and bake them after we eat dinner. I think they only take 20 minutes to bake up. But this is the sauce here that I'm adding to the meatloaf. You put it on for the last 10 minutes and stick it under the broiler, and then it gets all like crispy and caramelized and delicious. It's so funny because some of my boys love that outer coating and a few of them don't like it, so they would rather eat like the inside. But I love that outer crust. It's my favorite. So we're just going to cut this up. And most of my boys love meatloaf. They all like it. They all eat it. And you'll have to try this recipe if you're not a meatloaf fan. This is a good one. It's very delicious. I've shared it with a few friends. They've enjoyed it. So we just served it up with mashed potatoes. And it is yummy. Just comfort food, real good. So at this point, I'm going to move forward and get those cookies in the oven. I'm just kind of putting all of these leftovers away, and this will make for a great lunch for Mike tomorrow. I put everything in glass containers because then I can throw it in my oven. We do have a microwave, it's down in our basement, but everything reheats so much better in the oven. It tastes fresh. If you've never tried putting your mashed potatoes in a glass container and reheating them in the oven, it's a game changer. It tastes just as if you had just mashed them. So give it a try. But anyways, I'm pulling my cookies off, putting them on these cooling racks here. And then I've already whipped up the frosting. It's like a buttercream frosting, I think, that goes in between the cookies. To be honest, these cookies are sweet. Oh my goodness. You really can only eat one. So I'm giving my bread a final stretch and fold here, and I will just leave it on the counter overnight. My husband is so sweet. He worked hard all day at the church. We're doing some projects there, and he is just doing some vacuuming and cleaning up for me after dinner while I put these cookies together. But oh man, if you haven't tried this recipe yet, you need to run and try it. It is so delicious, guys. Well, thank you so much for spending the day with me today. It's always fun kind of giving you guys a little sneak peek into our daily life. And if you're new here, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, guys. Bye-bye.